Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where I no longer have a car. Today we are covering Superman number 16, Part 3, Case of the Runaway Skyscrapers. A great title for an actual great story. Yes, after two not very good Superman stories in Superman number 16, the third story is big, dumb, and actually gives Superman stakes, a structure, a working structure, and a villain who is actually hard for Superman to fight. It's everything we want. Everything I want from a Superman story. It also has just the most ridiculous title for this, though it works better than the last comic with its like B horror movie title and then just a stupid mobster story. The Jensen building has been threatened by a guy calling himself Mr. Sinister. He sent like a letter to the papers that's in sort of like a poem, has rhyming stanzas. The Jensen building then is covered in a purple haze, and as it dissipates, the building is gone. Even Superman can't figure out where the building went. It's a mystery and quite a power. Mr. Sinister, who is not the Mr. Sinister from X-Men, who's about 30 years away. Can't believe DC gave up on this Mr. Sinister. They could have effed over X-Men. He has a ransom for $100,000 to the people who own the building to give the building back. Superman tells him not to pay it, but at that moment, Mr. Sinister hears him and shows up as a 100-foot tall man standing over the city. He's transparent. Superman goes to fight him, but just flies right through him, which makes the owners of the building paranoid that Superman can't handle this, so they're going to pay the ransom. Superman arrives to watch the ransom be handed over so he can catch Mr. Sinister, but instead a purple light takes the guy away, and then he reappears, missing the money, and explains to Superman he was in a different dimension, the fourth dimension, which is actually just time. It's not really a dimension, but okay. Clark arrives at the Daily Planet, where Perry is just irate because he's missing writing all these stories, and plus another building has disappeared. Clark's going to write an op-ed about not paying the ransom, even though there's nothing you can really do to this guy. And honestly, couldn't he just take money from anywhere if he can just take buildings? Like, he could have taken a bank. But Mr. Sinister shows up again as a transparent being, this time just in the room. He seems to be able to hear anything, anywhere, and tells him not to publish it or else consequences. They do publish it, and he immediately teleports everyone, Clark, Lois, Perry, maybe Jimmy was around, mainly Lois and Perry, to the fourth dimension, which is kind of like a purple hazy area. No, it's not Prince. It's Mr. Sinister, who for some reason still has like mobster goons. But Mr. Sinister is this weird looking humanoid monster, kind of like a vampire. He's pale white, bald head, very round, and pointy ears with fangs. Kind of looks like a human Etrigan to me. But that's just me. Etrigan's not coming for another 20 years. So Mr. Sinister explains that he's just wants money for reasons. I don't know if, third dimension money works in the fourth dimension. He also seems to have all this tech and equipment that can do basically anything he wants. So what is he going to spend this money on? I don't know if money was the best idea for his motivation in this comic. He then uses some sort of device that's going to kill Clark. It's a ray gun of some sort. It's just like a light. But Clark uses his super speed to make it seem like he did disappear when in fact he escaped and became, Superman. Bright blue costume, red cape. Doesn't deal well with being taken into another dimension and him threatening the life of Lois. Then he creates like a transparent Loch Ness monster to attack Lois and Perry, but Superman comes to fight it, so he uses like a ray gun against him. He misses and accidentally kills his own monster, but when he hits Superman, it doesn't kill him, it just paralyzes him like everything seems to do. And even before that, he seems to be focused on letting his guys with guns shoot at Superman when he has all these kind of technology that can do something to Superman. Guns don't work on him. You should know that. He can see and hear anything. Eventually, Superman defeats his mobster goons, because of course he's going to beat the mobster goons, and he tries to escape to a different dimension, but Superman grabs onto his leg. This is when they get sort of like changed into a cartoonish, long-form kind of characters, and he starts being kind of annoying and funny, which is where I have a hypothesis that Mr. Sinister is an early version of Mr. Mxyzptlk, one of Superman's annoying dimension-hopping villains. Just not as good as him because he doesn't have a personality. And Mr. Mxyzptlk doesn't care about money. That's my assumption here. Or at least that Siegel and Schuster constantly had this weird dimension-annoying character idea that eventually became Mr. Mxyzptlk. Kind of like how the Ultra Humanite gave way to Lex Luthor. Mr. Sinister does end up getting away and Clark returns, but the buildings return and I guess all the money. Clark has to come up with some sort of reason to explain how he got back to Lois, but she's going to believe him. No matter how outlandish the explanation is, it's less outlandish than Clark being Superman. And yeah, that is the story, and it's, big dumb fun, an actual threat. There are stakes, people's lives are in danger, the entire city's in danger from a threat that Superman can't seem to actually handle, and mostly just had to run away from him. So yeah, I am very happy with this story. After two not very good Superman stories, Superman 16 has really pulled out a great Superman story. And that is it from Superman number 16, Case of the Runaway Skyscrapers. Really sounding like a Batman story with Case out there in the title. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notification when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover Batman story in either Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let us ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow? And why does an annoying vampire-like creature from the fourth dimension who can teleport things into his world need money? Okay, have a great day.